Okay, so I've got this exciting new project. I haven't done one of these for a while, but this is a children's book, and it's about a little boy named Luca that saves a hawksbill turtle. And so I think this book's going to have a lot of appeal because there's turtles are adorable, and this little kid will be adorable. So my job is to come up with 20 illustrations. So I will do the cover and the interior illustrations, and the format will be, there's not a lot of type, so the pictures kind of tell the story as much as the copy does. And I'm working with a lady I've known for years. She didn't know I painted, and her Tammy Fitzgerald, and this is dear to her heart, and she was looking for an illustrator and put something online, and a bunch of people suggested me, and she knew me, she just didn't know I painted. So I got the gig. And this will be done sometime this year. It's going to be out, I think, distributed to, I believe, 300,000 stores around the country, and so it'll be well distributed. But I've done one, and to get started, and I wanted to do one that kind of shows off the turtle. He's the main character. The book is called Saving Truman. So this hawksbill turtle is named Truman, and the trick with this is for kids. If I were doing this for adults, I would have treated this a little differently, but I want the turtle to have a little bit of human emotion, because at some point he gets damaged by a boat and the little boy saves him. Well, instead of just always looking like, I said, I want emotion on the turtle, human emotion, so he's going to show pain, he's going to show happiness, and ultimately there's a happy ending and he'll be all smiles. So the beauty of working on a book like this is I learn a lot, because I have to research this stuff so that I know I'm painting the details on a hawksbill turtle correctly. And they're actually really elaborate, beautiful animals with this elaborate pattern. And I have to not only research the turtle to make sure they're correct, but his surroundings. I want to make sure I've got the correct kind of fish and coral and whatever in the background. And so the author has seen this and loved it, but wanted one change, so I am about to paint the silhouette of a second turtle back here. So if you'd like to watch me paint that, and it's called Value Delineation. There's different ways to show distance in art, and there's things like overlapping planes, vanishing points, and in this case, this is called value delineation. So this same turtle, Truman, if I put him back in the distance behind a bunch of water, he's not going to be this colorful. So this one I'm about to add, the second turtle, I'm just going to silhouette him in, and that's all that's needed. We'll know it's a turtle, and he really doesn't need to be terribly complicated. So I'm just going to fill him in. There's his head. And as I've worked on this book, I've just really fallen in love with sea turtles. There's a bunch of different varieties, and I believe a hawksbill is one of the rare ones. And but like any of God's creatures, they're all fascinating. The more you know about them, you realize you could spend your life studying that particular animal and really never run out of new things to learn. And these are truly graceful, beautiful creatures, and fortunately there's some really awesome places out there that when a sea turtle is injured, they bring them back to health. So see, I'm going to keep that simple. I'll let the paint dry and I'll add a little more, but that gives him company. Everybody knows it's a sea turtle, but we don't really need a ton of detail in them. So that's how that remains. You don't want to over clutter a painting. There's so much going on in here, and then you got the jellyfish up here, the sea turtle's favorite food, and so that was the last element we needed. We've established what Truman looks like, actually the main character of the book, and the author is good with that. We've added the second turtle back in the background. So now I'm trying to establish the boy, the human, and his name is Luca, and I got started on him and I didn't like the eyeballs. So the beauty of painting, I took them out. I'm going to repaint the eyeballs at some point. And when you do a book, the author sends reference. So I know what the book's going to say, and then I've got the author's vision of what this little boy would look like. And so she sends me references, and on top of what she sends me, you know, the kid uses a body board. So she sent me a reference what a body board looks like. And then I dig up my own too, and I have to know, I have to look at things so I know what these turtles look like, what the palm trees look like, and all of that. So I rely heavily on photo reference. And fortunately, with the internet, I can find pictures of things. I never paint exactly what I'm looking at. I use them for reference so I know, oh, the fins, the front fins are this long, the back ones are shorter, this is what the bill looks like, and then reference on the coral. And I specifically want to make sure that in the habitat where a a hawksbill turtle lives, I want to make sure I've got the correct kind of fish and things. So it's for children 8 to 12, but I want some accuracy there too. So we kind of break a few rules. This isn't like a National Geographic illustration. It's geared for kids, so there's some character to it, but it's also fairly accurate. Those are clownfish, and that's a hawksbill turtle. And I know this is the right type of coral for their habitat. So I will be working on him next, and he's 8 to 12 years old, so the goal in the end is that he's this very likable, identifiable kid, Luca, and he's all about bodyboarding. And now I know what a bodyboard is. I had no idea.